Command, your unit is certainly being liberal with the supplies. Toga parties, forged invoices, all sorts of fraud, waste, and abuse.
Relax, everybody does it. What harm does it do?
If you see an instance of fraud, waste, or abuse, report it through your chain of command, local IG, or DOD hotline.
Great Caesar's ghost! How did our empire fall so fast?
Maybe it was all that fraud, waste, and abuse.
The drums. Listen. These are the Yankees. The uniforms are bright red and their spirits are too confident. Hear how they roll out the sounds of war? It's what a silversmith hears, so he rides hard to Lexington. Better take heed, the British are coming. Maybe tomorrow. He's right. The dawn witnesses Lexington and Concord. Within 2 short months, our forces have a commander-in-chief, the first one. George Washington's first assignment? Bunker Hill. Soon there is a Navy to join the Continental Army. This is a time for forging what and who will shape the new nation in 1775.
It's a full hour of the Parkers. AFN Wednesday beginning at 7.
I'll get it. Oh, Professor, do you have Woody's number? I just have to see him.
And Del, will you be my baby mama?
Then at 7:30.
Somebody please call the fashion police and arrest Humpty and Dumpty. They are abusing that.
This ball in the end zone, but that needs...
It's been 6 months since they attacked us here at Pearl Harbor. We're using this intercept station to record all the Japanese radio traffic. Then it gets driven down to combat intelligence where it's decoded and translated. I hear they're using band members down there as cryptanalysts. They found that musicians have kind of a natural ability when it comes to deciphering codes. They're getting pretty good at it, too. A couple of months ago, the Japanese started transmitting information about an invasion force aimed at New Guinea. From there, they could launch attacks on Australia. But we decoded enough of their messages to have the Lexington and the Yorktown standing by to meet them. The 2 fleets battled it out in the Coral Sea. They never even saw each other, just sent planes back and forth. We lost the Lexington, but we turned the invasion fleet back and saved New Guinea and Australia. Those carriers are something else, but we like to think we had a little something to do with it, too.
The Battle of the Coral Sea, an event that helped shape the outcome of World War II.
Nothing makes Mom and Dad more proud than to see a story about you in the hometown newspaper. Thousands of newspapers from coast to coast want you to tell the story about your military career. Hi, I'm Clay Walker. Stop by your public affairs office and fill out a hometown news release. Why? Because your hometown cares.
Wednesday on the OC.
What are you still doing here? Thought you were going back to Chino.
I had to change your plans.
Brian's living here now.
He's what?
Look, I'm not here to cause problems.
The OC, 9 p.m. AFN Wednesday.
Monday morning came too soon. It's entering my...
See you later, Ma.
Jason. Who else is going with you?
Anna and Kyle.
Be back before 11.
Let your kids be who they are, but know what they're doing.
Would you react the same way if you found a suspicious spot on yourself? Melanoma is dangerous. Examine your skin regularly.
Strength. Both mental and physical. It's what the military depends on from each and every service member. Any weak link affects readiness. Enough said.
Be creative at the Services Skills Development Center. Roll up your sleeves and do it yourself, or leave the work to a professionally trained staff. Visit the Services Skills Development Center and see what it has to offer you.
We do dangerous missions that become routine, and therefore they become less aware of their surroundings, which puts them at risk, puts the mission at risk. Leadership, discipline, it starts from the bottom up, from the soldier doing his task, and goes all the way up to the leaders to enforce discipline among the soldiers.
If you have an emergency, dial 112 anywhere in Europe. An emergency anywhere in Europe. 112 in Europe. Anywhere. If you haven't, dial 112. If you have an emergency, dial 112 anywhere in Europe.
Monday on Without a Trace.
Your client has been less than candid and has every reason to stage a kidnapping to save his company. No, there is no way to save my company.
Without a Trace, 9 p.m. AFN Monday.
Game thanks to their double.
Talk about it.
Hello, I'm Airman Todd Cabalon. On the next edition of Pacific Report, the Navy wants your thoughts on a new career tool for sailors. We'll tell you how you can help. Plus, an inside view at one of the most elite squadrons in the Air Force. We'll show a behind-the-scenes look at what it takes to make the Thunderbirds fly. Join us for those stories and the top news of the day on AFN television as we bring the Pacific Command to the world on the next edition of Pacific Report.
Passenger side of his best friend's ride, trying to holler at me. Hanging out the passenger side of his best friend's ride, trying to holler.
Entering my
If you want to keep your weight under control, which of these foods is off limits? Which of these should you never ever eat? And which of these foods lack nutrition? The answer to all of these questions is none of the above. No food is bad in and of itself. Just balance your meals with a variety of foods in moderate amounts. You don't have to punish your taste buds in order to keep your weight under control. It's all about learning to live with food.
The U.S. Constitution guarantees all Americans the right to be represented by counsel. Civilians accused of a crime must hire their own attorney, unless they're unable to pay for one. Under Article 38B of the Uniform Code of Military Justice, accused service members have a right to be represented by a military attorney at government expense and can choose counsel if reasonably available. If you have questions about your legal rights, contact your legal office.
know your dad worked on this the other night. I'm sure he saved it.
My scholarship application has to be sent in before he gets back.
When you're away from home on TDY, what does your family do when they need important records? Do they know where to find them?
Dad got called away pretty fast. Do you think he had time to take care of it?
Oh, I'd bet on it, honey.
Up-to-date personal records can help things run a little smoother at home when you're away.
Aha! Oh, it looks like this is what we need.
Thanks, Mom.
A mother on the hunt for a runaway father.
Because she refused your gracious offer to babysit, you didn't pay her support.
Exactly. Next, Judge Judy.
I don't want to hear you anymore.
AFN Monday.
I'm looking for a wallet.
Celebrating high school graduation.
No, I dropped out.
正好去辦咗業。
No need to be so formal. Before you take more than a daily multivitamin, check with your healthcare provider. Food supplies all the vitamins you really need. Eat your way to good health.
Get the facts on getting a ride in Europe. Call the Customs Hotline at DSN 381-7610. Find out how easy purchasing a car in Europe really is. With a little planning and the right forms, you can even get away tax and duty-free. For more info, drop by your nearest military customs office or dial the Customs Hotline, DSN 381-7610.
Thursday on Good Morning Miami.
Hearing how you felt about me and the way the light was hitting you, and I'm your boss and you're my employee, and what have I done? I'm a monster.
Good Morning Miami, 7 p.m. AFN Thursday.
Action goes a long way to help maintain normal blood pressure. And if you already have high blood pressure, regular physical activity can help lower it.
The year was 1941. The U.S. military was keeping its distance from the European conflict and was busy reorganizing. That year, the Army Air Forces was formed under Major General Hap Arnold. Then, on December 7th, Japanese aircraft attacked the U.S. naval fleet in Pearl Harbor, Hawaii. 19 American warships were lost, 188 planes destroyed, and more than 2,400 Americans were killed. Among those who died was Rear Admiral Isaac Kidd. He was the highest-ranking naval officer to be killed during all of World War II. In response to the attack, the United States declared war on Japan. On the mainland, the Declaration of Independence was moved from Washington to Fort Knox for safekeeping, all part of serving our country in 1941.
Monday on NYPD Blue.
I got a son to get out of jail.
Go home and sleep it off.
What's the beef this cop has with my son?
I know it's a lot to go against your partner, but Clark was set up by Laughlin.
I can't help you, Detective.
NYPD Blue, 8 p.m. AFN Monday. From the Air Mobility Command, the Traveler's Space A weather forecast.
If you would like to see your hometown on the Space A forecast, then send us your name, rank, duty location and the name of your hometown to hometown@afwa.af.mil. That address again is hometown@afwa.af.mil. Today's hometown comes to us from Senior Master Sergeant James Brown and his family. They hail from Logansport, Indiana. I'm Air Force Weather Forecaster Roswitha Collins, and this has been your Space 8 forecast from the AFN Weather Center.
There are many causes for serious depression, but they don't have to have the same outcome. If you know someone who might be at risk for suicide, contact your chaplain, family physician, or family center.
Tuesday on Smallville. Smallville, 7 p.m. AFN Tuesday.
Grab a cold-pressed Budweiser, it's game time.
Oh, boy, what a day. All this hugging and kissing, I'm pooped.
Oh, you're gonna have to stay awake a little bit longer. Here comes your father with the camera.
More pictures?
Well, maybe it's for your passport.
A passport? Then I'd be all set to travel to the States.
Quiet, here he comes.
It's never too soon to apply for your newborn's passport and social security number.
Hey, does this diaper make me look fat?
Well, if you're asking me, I do see a little pooch.
When automobiles first appeared around the turn of the century, they were sometimes the object of ridicule and open hostility. They were described as being loud, smoky, and a nuisance to the general public. And early traffic laws seemed to reflect their unpopularity. Some states required that a mature individual walk ahead of any vehicle, waving a red flag to warn others of its impending passage. Other states required that motorists post a notice a week in advance if they wished to take their car on the road. But by far the most impractical law passed was the following. If an approaching auto frightened a horse, the motorist must stop and completely cover his car with a drab-colored cloth. If the horse was still upset, then the vehicle had to be disassembled and the parts concealed in the bushes until the animal had safely passed. Despite its early unpopularity, the automobile has eventually succeeded in ruling the road.
Wednesday on the OC.
What are you still doing here? Thought you were going back to Chino. I had to change your plans.
Brian's living here now.
He's what? Look, I'm not here to cause problems.
The OC, 9 p.m. AFN Wednesday.
Terrific.
Saving a little cash is always a good idea. And while you probably don't save this way, a cash reserve can come in handy. In fact, if you set aside just 10% of each month's paycheck, it'll go a long way toward making you financially secure.
Hello, I'm Airman Todd Cabalon. On the next edition of Pacific Report, the Navy wants your thoughts on a new career tool for sailors. We'll tell you how you can help. Plus, an inside view at one of the most elite squadrons in the Air Force. We'll show a behind-the-scenes look at what it takes to make the Thunderbirds fly. Join us for those stories and the top news of the day on AFN television as we bring the Pacific Command to the world on the next edition of Pacific Report.
JV Women's 200-meter medley relay. Do we have a swimmer for lane 4? Do we have a swimmer for lane 4?
Just tell your teammates you missed the race because you were getting stoned.
Swimmers, take your mark.
They'll understand.
AFN Primetime Tonight begins with 60 Minutes, followed by...
You get the word out. Anybody got ripped off, anybody got shook down by a cop, they come to me. It'll be worth their while.
Blue is on a mission to save one of their own.
Did Laughlin take that heroin off you when he searched your car?
NYPD Blue, then... what appears to be a kidnapping.
You got a ransom note, didn't you? What are they asking for?
Could be something worse.
Did anything seem strange? Did you notice anyone out of the ordinary?
Without a trace. AFN Primetime Tonight.
Because of